This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Delta Green role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is entitled Like a Map Made of Skin. It was written by Dennis Detwiller, and it is part of Impossible Landscapes. It's available from Arc Dream Publishing. Our handler is Nathan Decker, and this is episode 3. Our recap will be given by Alex Sun as his character, Agent Dent. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Alex.
This is Agent Dent. I have to make this quick. We're currently armed up and heading to Boston to go to the Boxer Hotel to make things right. Agent Voltis is driving. We're being hunted by our own. Our handler, Agent Cecil, is not to be trusted. I gave him a call, and it sounded like he wanted to take care of us. We're wanted on the for the murder of 7 people at the Dorchester house. This has been broadcasted all across the United States. Delta Green has activated static protocol, which means that they are going to go scorched earth on every one of our asses, including everyone we know. But those sons of bitches aren't going to get me. We're going to make things right. Not only do we have Delta Green's goons after us, we have been seeing these men in gas masks. Michael Whitmer is a mess. We let him use a payphone because he begged us, and he found out that static protocol has gotten to one of his loved ones. But he's on board with us for now. More concerning is the fact that I've become a divining tool that can locate all of the demons within the Ars Goetia. I've met the author of the book. I'm going to try and use this to our cell's advantage to survive and figure it all out. The only way out is through, and we're going to make things right. We have to make things right. We just have to ascend the throne. Agent Dent signing off.
Very nice. And I want to stick with Dent because Dent, when we left off, you kind of woke up from a bad dream. Let's kind of restart there just to keep you going. What is you waking up like? I think you had a brief conversation, maybe.
I talked to the author and I told him I wanted to wake up.
Yeah. And you did in the back of a car currently en route to Boston, I believe, is what
That's
we last
correct.
heard. Very good. So the others, didn't do you tell them anything? Do you because it's not like you're screaming when you wake up, you just kind of jerk awake.
Mhm. I fear that this unnatural phenomenon is really getting to me. I can locate the demons now.
You can.
Well, what's that you said about
You can
demons?
locate the demons now? Hmm.
What demons?
Oh,
I
oh, what time is it? Can you communicate with them or just
I
locate them?
can just find them. It's like some kind of clairvoyance.
It's 3:15 a.m.
Hmm.
Yeah. Give me the name of a demon, Donley.
Um, oh shoot. It's too early for Son. I haven't got that.
I already
Um,
did him.
yeah. Um,
Paimon.
yeah.
Paimon, it
Oh,
is.
list up.
I don't think we've met Paimon, but I will try and concentrate on Paimon.
Okay, you're concentrating in the back of this
Everyone
car.
shut up.
Uh, so you're concentrating very hard on Paimon, and you actually see this man looks maybe like 30-ish, He's very clearly homeless, and you just see him walking alongside the side of a road, um, just talking to himself. You don't get any sound with this, but he's just kind of stumbling along, and he has what's your human
My
at?
human is 62.
Okay, that's enough that you can see that he is obviously troubled with something, and the way he's uh kind of forming the words makes you think he has kind of like a Tourette's syndrome of something in that family.
Oh no, Paimon was the
And
wrong choice, Stanley.
yeah,
Or
and in
Barnes.
terms of placement, you feel like he's Wisconsin somewhere.
We're skipping ahead in the book.
I got a few. How about Andromedus?
I'll concentrate on Andromedus.
You look and you think about Dromelus, and you see that there is a police officer actually driving in a police cruiser. Looks like he's chatting with his partner there. Maybe about 50, kind of a bigger guy. And he's just shooting the shit, it looks like, as he's driving around a city. Um, do a
What
alertness
city?
test.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is an '05.
You think New York.
All right. I tried to look for Exeter, which was Marbus, but it seems like he is not on this plane, not on Earth.
Hmm.
Look, you
What
keep
about
talking, like jumping ahead in the book. Like, what book? What do you
What book are
mean?
you talking about?
the
The book
Garzaway
we're all
show?
in, the one that the author
The
wrote.
Arthway.
Not that.
Do
This
you have
book's
it?
more important.
Oh, well, that's where I know all of the demons from the Key of Solomon.
This is the book of our lives. How many times do you think we've done this?
I
I hope never. And after this,
All loops back.
uh,
I don't recall doing it any more than this time.
what did I watch that? What? Never mind.
I've just learned that dealing with other Delta Green agents, you just don't ask many questions.
Oh,
You
other
expect
Delta
weird
Green. I'm
shit.
not a Delta. Never mind. Okay. Oh, do
And
you ever? Any of you ever sleep? God damn.
Oh,
Yeah, I
sleeping
think
is a
it's about
luxury.
my turn. Agent Donnelly, you want to take over driving so I can get some?
Yeah, I'll drive.
I'll switch places.
There's so
nice.
many demons we haven't met yet.
Oh,
You
what
want
about
to meet
Asmodeus? What's Asmodeus up to these days?
them all?
Agent Dent.
Gotta collect them all.
Oh,
Asmodeus? I don't think he's on this.
It's a different spelling. It's AM.
Asmodee?
Uh, I would have gone with AMDUSIAS.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that looks.
Asmodeus.
Amdusias. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Um, are you focusing on him?
Sure.
All right, you focus in, and it's you see this man. You're getting like a ping, maybe California. In fact, California. Uh, and it's this man kind of with a paunch, walking in a downpour. It looks like just middle of the night there, just pouring rain. And he's got a boombox that you can actually see the speakers vibrating. Like it looks to be incredibly loud. And
He's accompanied by the sound of trumpets
yeah, he's
and
just walking
performs
along.
concerts if commanded.
And there's Astaroth. He's one of the big three, the unholy trinity. Beelzebub, Astaroth,
I think
and
I'm going to
Lucifer.
stop for now.
For
I
you.
will. I'm not going
Yeah.
to tempt fate.
Yeah,
Because
go
So
ahead
nobody
any
and
can
of-
see them,
roll
they
a
see
do
you.
roll a sanity though,
Okay.
Dent, just for in general of you're kind of getting used to these new powers. And we'll
Can
see if
anyone
it's
else do
weirding
this?
you out.
I failed.
Then just one. I think I remember right, you already had one. It's unnerving.
So Dent, you're implying that these demons are on Earth walking around doing things?
I think they're all servants of the author of the big picture.
Yeah, I'm not.
Casting.
Well,
Yes.
Wait, that's the old French guy? The old French guy is this author you refer to?
Augustus Castaigne.
mhm.
He's the author.
Hmm. Well, last I
But
met
we can be the
him,
author. We can be the
it,
author. Or Michael can be the author if we just ascend to the throne.
it sounds like you've been taking one of my courses for freshmen on Introduction to Creative Writing. So good for you. Um,
I don't think you're taking this seriously, Nancy.
I
How else can
oh,
you describe being thrust through time and
I'm
space and having your
sorry.
father fall apart into a pile of
Look,
gears?
that's right. How do you take that seriously?
I guess you just get absurd.
You have it thrust upon you when it happens, is what it's more like.
So it's
As
specific. Oh, sorry,
Look,
go ahead.
I'm still
Oh, go
hoping
ahead.
that I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
fall
Agent
asleep
Gray.
on this car ride, and then I'm gonna wake up, and it's gonna be 2007 again, like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, good luck with that, princess.
Uh, it's just peculiar that it's specifically Christian demons you're talking about, right? So it's not other types of demons you're talking about, such as Islamic or
Well,
any
Chris,
it's Judeo-Christian, but
Judeo-Christian.
they're all
Hmm.
based on Babylonian and Sumerian mythology as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much all Western. The
So not
I
Eastern or
no,
of the Orient.
no.
Okay,
I
it's
and
very
I still haven't
specific.
wrapped myself around the demons. I don't know what part they play in this, why they're here. Are they? What are they?
Well,
Are they
we
just
know that
maybe named?
Exeter is a demon, and so far he's been the main source of scrutiny of us because, like, we've seen him do his work.
Right.
So therefore, he might be acting towards a goal that is shared by all the demons.
But not all demons are actively working against us.
Well, no one said their goal was to go against us. Maybe we're just part of the larger plot here.
well, I don't know if Exeter or Marbus or whatever the fuck you want to call him. He he's the collected. He brought me here from the French guy's house, the author Castaigne.
He's taken photographs.
Hmm.
That
Uh,
I don't know how that if
that I heard of him. I thought he was just a human guy that was part of E-Cell.
He's a demon.
so if he's a demon, okay. And you're saying that the demons are taking orders from this author guy, Castaigne. Why is the author on the throne? You keep mentioning this throne.
The author is on the throne.
Then why would the author want to facilitate a plan to get somebody else on the throne, right? Because
Why does an author write entertainment?
that's a really narrow way of looking at things. So I guess you haven't taken my Introduction to Creative Writing class for freshmen after
Well, why
all.
do you think an author writes? To get his feelings out?
Look, if we're talking
One, that's a
mythology,
very gendered language. Two,
I want to
human
break in
expression.
here.
okay, yeah,
Agent
Hmm.
Agent Gray, they've started to talk, and you do remember they're talking about the picture, and you remember you have the one that this Agent Exeter gave you, but
Yeah.
you're kind of maybe tuning this out a little bit because I imagine this is not 100% the first time you've had this conversation ish on this
Hmm.
car ride. And as you're looking out the window, you see one of those lit up old billboards, and it has a woman holding a burger, and it says, "Forgot your burger? Exit 616." And she's just holding this burger like, and probably don't think much about it. It's like a road stop one. And the next one you run across has the woman, and she's holding a wine bottle,
Hmm.
and the text says, "Forgot your bottle?" And it's a little bit more worn down still. And then they're still arguing. There's that faint background buzz. You're hearing demons, this. And you pass a third one, and the woman's just, she's not holding anything. She's just looking out, and she has no face. And the words are, "Forgot your face." Roll sanity.
Yep, that sounds about right. Da-da. Hold on for a minute. Yes. Here we go. I fail. That's
Okay,
fine.
just one.
This
It's
one,
very weird because you can't shake the feeling that that woman is you.
yeah. Hmm. And this is all in the background. She's just tuning things out. There's no way to get through these people as they continue to argue or discuss these things. While I think after the third one, she
Mhm.
looks to the others and says that, asks that, did you see that?
Did I notice any billboards while I'm driving?
No,
My
no.
eyes closed.
No. I
Yeah. I mean, there were
um,
billboards, but they were just for like local gas stations and nothing,
see
nothing
what? I
wild.
mean,
There was a woman holding a burger, something if we need some food, we can stop over. The second one was a woman asking about, have you seen your bottle? And then the third one was a billboard with a woman with no face saying, have you seen your face? It must
You
be
know,
just 3:15.
I have a lot of dreams about bottles.
we did encounter bottles before.
Oh, what specifically special are about these bottles?
There's a bottle somewhere with my name on it.
Name on it. Yeah.
Mm.
But in my dream I can never find it. I just know it's there. You know how dreams work.
Seems to be in hidden places.
You know, if you guys are going to talk all night, I could go for a burger.
Oh, we passed it already. Sorry, Voltus.
Uh,
We passed that exit already.
You'll just have to
And-
dream of one.
And what
What's
do
so
you make of
special?
the
Oh, sorry.
someone without a face?
I don't know. I might be just be seeing things. It's late. It's already past 3 o'clock. Could be just 3:30.
It's
And talk
it is
about
definitely late.
yeah. The sooner we get to Boston, the better. The sooner we can get to the bottom of this, the better.
You ever read King Lear? Seen King Lear?
No.
Yes.
I just can't stop thinking about this notion of the person on the throne, in this case the king, the author, whatever, wanting to retire. That's kind of King Lear. Things don't end up very well. They don't go very well.
Or Ron, the Kurosawa film.
Road of Blood, Macbeth.
Star Wars.
And again, you get this fade out as kind of these literary themes are being discussed. And I want to ask, as we're zooming ahead through time, it's a bit of a long trip. Are you guys stopping for food? I'm
Denny's.
assuming you're rotating.
At Denny's.
Yeah.
We'll stop by at a Denny's.
Stop by the Denny's around 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
a little
have
bit
Denny's.
before
Oh,
the
wait.
sun. Well,
They have Denny's in Massachusetts. I can't remember if I ever got to go to a Denny's while I was there. I don't think they do.
All right, so you see
Go
a sign
somewhere
that says "Last Denny's" uh, on the left, and you're able to shoo almost made it out of there, and you're able to stop in, get some food. You're probably still hyper aware of anybody that looks at you, but doesn't. You're not getting the impression the waitress cares too much. Um, but you notice you kind of hit it as morning is breaking. And as the sun rises, you see Michael just kind of nod
Oh,
off.
Michael.
He slumps forward and gets some pancake on his face.
I'll prop him up.
Ah, he's a nocturnal son of a bitch.
Yes, he's a creature of the night.
No, it's like something's affecting him.
Like being trapped in a nightmare world for
He had hours and hours to sleep in the trunk.
no, that's what I mean, Agent Volt. Like he was completely unconscious all day. Night comes, he wakes up, and now day
Yeah.
comes again, and he's back out.
He's trapped in some sort of weird cycle. Something like you guys say, going loop to loop.
Hmm.
That means we're gonna have to carry him out to the car. Tend that he's drunk.
He got
Right.
drunk at Denny's.
That may
Yeah,
be very
thank you.
believable, honestly.
I don't think they serve alcohol.
Especially if you show up at that time in the morning.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Yeah.
to go to
Make it.
Denny's and see.
Mm.
Right over there. I could walk there.
Right. And based on the time, you've kind of been driving through the night, and you're about halfway there. Is there I assume you're getting back on the road, just switching people, letting people sleep. Is there anything in particular you're researching through the stuff you have in the car? Because you do have some things. I don't know if there's anything you want to look into while you're going, or if we should
We
fast
don't
forward
have
to when you hit Boston.
no one has a internet access,
No.
do they?
Smashed our
Agent
phones.
Agent Gray does, but those are
Great.
very specific.
You didn't smash your phone?
No, I have 3.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I
if
think you don't
need any-
understand. You don't understand. I customize these phones for a reason. So just let me pull out something from my 3rd phone.
If you guys need any research done, that's my specialty. But I don't
I
know
don't
that
think we
there's
ever
any-
got it. I mean, I encountered bottles in the Mallister building in the basement. It was behind one of the walls in the basement. And it had agent's name at that time, or husband.
What was on your list too? Your list of things from Abigail. Find the bottle.
Right. It's find the bottle. I really don't know what's in these bottles. Is that our
Genie?
soul?
It's royalty,
Is that
isn't
our
Royalty. Bottled with a bit of foam.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
We never did get a chance. I know at the time, really never got to get into the builder of the McAllister building and whether or not there's a connection from Asa, if I remember correctly, to other buildings that he may have been the architect of. I'm wondering if where we're headed is, one of Asa's design hotels.
Well, you kind of
Garibaldi.
mentioned that the weird secret portals in these places. Yeah, either somebody designed them with some sort of black magic involved. in opening doorways, or two different architects use the same magic.
Yeah, I mean it could be, or I'm just wondering if Asa had a hand in even the Dorchester house.
Yeah.
As well.
There's actually a third option. The third option is that something on the other side connected itself to an available
He may have put, favorable, some kind of magic that made these openings.
Yeah. But they definitely aren't natural. Well, they could also be natural, maybe American, Native American things that were there all along. And
they could have been built on its specific spots, but
a spot, right?
I don't think we ever got into that architect and really kind of connected the dots on these.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
There's
you've not delved too deeply into his history.
So
a world without doors. What a joke. Doors, turns out, are everywhere, whether you can see them or not. But there was a note in whatever that clockwork imitation of my father was that said royalty is not granted by blood, but found within a bottle.
Right.
And yeah, Nancy, go ahead and make an intelligence check, just since we're kind of going through here.
About to actually get dice out for this role-playing game. I am on top of things today. Here we are.
Big numbers. No whammy.
95.
Okay.
Sucks.
There's something, yeah, you're kind of mentioning the world without doors, and you're holding it in your hand, and you can't quite, there's something in there that's bugging you. But you can't like put your finger on it as you're talking about it. And I will kind of remind others as well, as you were talking about Exeter, you both actually all three of you, I believe, got something in some fashion from him.
Yeah, there's the photograph with the shepherd, the sheep. I didn't get a good look at it right at the time, so
Correct.
I think she would actually use this time to look at it since it's day out.
Okay. Go ahead and yeah, what part of it are you looking kind of at? So to remind you, it's this picture. I think I said two moons. It should be two suns, but it's a sky, lightly wooded field outside a city that is on fire. And in the field, you see this huge flock of sheep that just, it kind of goes into the distance. There's no end to it. A sheep in the front of the herd has a stick in its mouth that appears to be in this strange symbol that the others would recognize as a yellow sign. I think you would too.
Yeah.
And there's a shepherd resting against a tree kind of off to the side, his face obscured by a hood. He's kind of got it down.
I think because of what the note said, something about because there's no lake in it, it's just a city. There's two suns. I think she would look at the city on fire in the distance, to see if there's any, even though it's on fire, if there's any specific monikers or physical, something that sticks out to her about the city.
Yeah, you're looking through that, and you see that there is a very clear like onion shape to it, like of a palace. There's a large palace there, but lower, kind of below that, but above the like a wall that might be there, you're starting to pick out a number of buildings that actually look like current skyscrapers or buildings, and current might be like 1930s ish, but not old enough to be in this picture, certainly. And can you do a search roll.
Okay, we'll do a search roll. All right. Oh, success 24.
Excellent. You notice next to a kind of New York brownstone, there
Mhm.
is kind of separated a little bit. There is an all-white hotel, it looks like, and it has you have to really kind of get close to this Polaroid, but
Mhm.
there's just the faintest suggestion of a golden bee above the doors.
And it's a New York City brownstone.
It's next to it. Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
like three-story brownstone,
Oh,
this
okay.
kind of hotel looking all white building.
Yeah. All right. I think for anyone who's closest to her, they would notice Gray just looking at the Polaroid or even putting a Polaroid close to her face and points that out to the others and say that, hey, near this New York City brownstone, there's this all white hotel. Below this onion like palace, there's a bee over there. Do you see that? The golden bee? Is this the brothel bin you guys been
Throttle
looking
bin.
for?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe should we go to the Boxer or this unknown hotel? Like, does it
Problem is
show
we
you
don't
the
know.
entrance in that little
Who says that they're
Polaroid?
different hotels?
That's the key. And who says that we
Also,
can't get to it
They
from a
both
different
start with
hotel?
B.
now something in your sorry, this novel that I read, This World Without Doors, its protagonist is named Abby. And this is not the first time you have come across an
No,
Abby, is it?
Abby Wright. It's what we encountered 20 some years ago.
Well, we never found her,
No, we never found her.
but she
Found
dragged us
her
into this mess.
room. Yeah.
She went
Something.
out to sea. She go out to sea.
The gist of it was we were trying to investigate her disappearance, and that led us to the original night building.
Well, that's the building I think we entered. The
Yeah.
McAllister building is where they were,
Yeah,
where her
but we burned
apartment
that
was.
down. It's a husk.
And now it's a
Well,
husk. So, but that's where we had entered into what I think is the Hotel Broadalbin.
and I think as you kind of are talking about this, and you two who have been in the McAllister, look at that three-story brownstone.
Is that
That's the McAllister building.
and so in relation to that, there's this.
There's a bit of a gap, so it's not like they're, touching necessarily, but
Do I remember that?
they're close.
That there was
No,
another building that
there
was
was no hotel
I
there.
mean,
No, no, no.
um,
So, getting to the brothel bin is not about finding its address in New York or on MapQuest. Okay. It's about finding the right door.
right. And the only time we've encountered another door that I can think of is at the Boxer.
The door that no one else could see.
Right. But I don't know if they're connected or if we can go through it somehow and get to the
We couldn't
broad.
try the window that was flooded,
Something was keeping us from
but the vent,
the vent was I'm not looking forward to going through the vent, but yes.
But didn't you also tell me, assuming, that the window was sometimes open and sometimes it was bricked?
There was a note about people going through the open window.
Were you there
Made
at
you
I
want
think
night?
one of
to
V
see
cell
through
went
it.
through the open window, right?
Yeah.
That is your recollection as you say that.
Granted,
So
Nancy
maybe
doesn't
it
know
only
that,
opens
but
at night.
we have notes about that.
Right. We didn't explore whether or not there was a time that it would open. So, I mean, that's my thought. That's kind of why I'm leaning towards going to the Boxer. I mean, that's the only place unless the footprint of I don't know what happened to the footprint of the Mallister building. Is it paved over? Is it another hotel or building built on top of it?
Didn't you went
Is the
there somewhat recently, so you would remember that it is just a burned out husk.
Yes.
You actually found a radio in the floor.
Oh, it's still
That's at the Boxer Hotel in the non-room. I dropped it off there.
Yeah.
However, we could try and go to the husk and enter the stairwell at night.
So you burned the building down, but did you burn the doors down? If that makes sense.
Doors
Might
might
be
be
here or
there,
there.
the walls there.
Yeah, the walls are there, right, with the parts that can't burn.
that the foundation's there
We
in the
might be able
basement.
to enter the stairwell.
We
It might
know,
take us back to that place.
yeah, if we go up, or again, the bottles were in the basement. There was another entrance.
The building should be condemned and worse.
Why it's not?
Were,
Why
were
it's
you
not
make were you making
bulldozed?
regular reports to Delta Green? Because they'll be watching these places if you did.
Why did it? Okay. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. From what I've pictured of your organization is you're a bunch of scattered paranoid
Oh,
people. What do you mean? Like, how many? You keep ascribing this infinite capacity for surveillance, and they don't even know where the fuck you all went.
all
They
right.
try to lure you by going in for some debrief, right? Like, what do you mean that they're going to watch every single place where something weird has happened? Bullshit.
So, let me give you a 10-minute breakdown of the history of Delta Green as I understand it, being a researcher. And I'll do that.
Mhm.
I'll explain.
Yeah,
1928.
a bunch of cells
Mhm.
of 3 to 5 people
And I
watching
think
everything.
all over
No,
the United
no, that's
States.
bullshit, Voltus.
Yeah. Voltus,
You're-
yeah,
No,
as you're
this-
talking through it, it is kind of hitting. Nancy may not be 100% wrong, especially as you're hitting some of the bits of like, all right, that person went insane and destroyed a ton of evidence, and I mean the cowboy years kind of. Well, we
Well, I'm
lost a lot
giving
of green boxes, so there is there.
I'm giving
Nancy's
the
not wrong,
overall.
but also you're a Delta Green agent, so you're probably a little too paranoid to believe that they're not watching you. It's a
Well,
real
and
balance.
I'm also a researcher, so I'm not, you know, as long as I don't go looking in books that I'm not supposed to look in, I'm usually pretty good. But I'm just giving it to you the way that the history books
So you've
record it.
just been giving it to the way in which you've bought into the ideology
Yeah,
of
and
their
then
panopticon. You ever read
and
Foucault?
and I didn't even go into the Majestic 12 branch, the Men in Black, but they're real too.
I think
I
they're
mean,
all
good for them. I mean, so is
they're
the CIA, so is
concerns,
the FBI. But this Delta Green organization of you, they are not watching everything.
They've got their fingers in all those other organizations, though, so they have resources.
Or
I'm going to turn
I
to
mean,
Gray and ask it.
how would you even know about this
Can we pull up
organization?
the,
Who can you name? Can you name anybody
Can we
in its
pull up the
leadership?
address?
Oh,
The
and
Dudley,
Mallister
yes.
building?
I'll
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can get you can get the address of the mechanics.
If I don't remember it offhand. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, start digging around.
Mhm.
Why? It's a place in New York. It's been burnt down and no one's, redeveloped it.
takes a while to do that sometimes.
20 years?
Oh, well, that's not likely. But
It was owned
if
by,
Delta,
Now,
if
see,
Delta Green
this-
marked it as a certain thing that can't be, that's
No.
dangerous.
This
Owned
isn't
by a
about Delta Green
nonprofit.
doing shit. This is about you went. Okay, look, if I hadn't gone through 2 doors and ended up years in the future, I wouldn't be saying this. But I would believe that it's more of whatever the fuck those doors that took you to who knows where, that is more likely reason that nothing's been developed, this Mr. Wild bullshit, than Delta Green.
Well, Delta Green would just prevent the property from being sold and
How?
developed.
You just told me that they're not even a real organization in the eyes of the government.
They would
So
get
what power did
somebody
they
to
have?
legitimately
They-
buy
would you
it.
would you like to look up who owns the Mallister building?
Well, it was
You-
Art Life before.
Yeah.
Since you're
20 years
arguing
ago.
about it, yeah.
Yeah, if anything, Gray will do anything just to
Just be careful
basically.
because your search might ping.
Oh, she has designed this phone to not be tracked. That's one of her specialties.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is
So,
actually quite easy to find through a quick
Mhm.
Google search. You see it is owned by White Moons LLC,
hmm
who has kind of I don't know what the term is, not really like a board leader, but the person in charge is a woman by the name of Ava Lundeen.
Oh,
Oh, that name sounds familiar to you?
Does it?
Probably not to a couple of you, but Donley and Dent,
yeah.
the Lundeen sounds familiar.
Not
Do
a
you
demon?
recall?
I do not, and I'd have to dig through my notes.
Lundeen
It-
formed the Brotherhood of Doors.
Was it? Okay.
Oh, look, so it's not Delta Green after all who owns it, Agent Voltus. Looks like they really let a lot of things slip through the
Him
cracks.
and
Somebody's
Ian
keeping them
DeCraig.
from developing it.
Yeah,
And I
it's the
would
people, it's this
note,
Brotherhood of Doors.
yeah, the ownership hasn't changed. It was owned by White Moon LLC throughout, or sorry, White Moons LLC. It's been owned throughout. Like this is not new.
They owned it when it was the brothel bin. They owned it when it was the Mallister building. They've just always owned it.
I
So
thought it
maybe
was
this cult
was that
opened
a
up these
cover.
doors.
Maybe Art Life was a cover for that.
What do we know about the location of White Moon LLC?
Looks like it's based in New York. Just kind of looking through it, it's pretty easy to see that they kind of own buildings here and there, and they do a lot of work with artists.
It might not be a they. You can have an LLC and be a single person.
This seems like a lead.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. This is
Maybe
I
the
feel
best
like
one
we
we
should pay a
have.
visit to these offices before we reach our destination. Because New York is on the way.
Well, we passed through New York to get
Are we? That
yeah,
was,
but New York
It would
is
be on
huge.
the way
Where
if
in
you
New
wanted
York
to.
is it? New York City?
yeah.
Looking it up, you see it is at 160 West 160 West 58th Street.
In New York City. So we got to go south a little bit and then over.
It's fine. I'm sure it's fine because time is just the concept.
It's 4.5 hours longer driving. But that's okay.
So, based at the kind of rate you're going, the unfortunate truth is that you will end up there kind of late at night, right? Like we're talking 10 o'clock ish roughly. It's about a 24-hour jaunt, maybe a little bit less because you're stopping in New York. So we'll say like 7, right? You're not sure. Are you calling ahead? Are you trying to make an appointment? What's
I
the
thought we were
plan?
just going to break in,
Yeah. Sneak around.
Okay.
which is fine if it's closed.
I cannot argue with that. All right. So to get this right, you are driving into New York. You are stopping at Ava Lundeen's, or rather White Moon's LLC's building. Is that accurate?
Yeah, what are we
We're
trying
parking
to-
nearby.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to find evidence that they're connected to this bullshit
well, I think we're trying to find evidence that
because they
we
do
have the
belong to a
connection.
cult.
yeah,
Brotherhood
we
of
have the
Doors.
connection. We need we need. I'm assuming we're trying to get into the hotel bottleman, or somehow some kind of connection to it.
Well, if this Brotherhood of Doors lives up to its name, we might find a way.
Could we have
So,
driven by the McAllister building though first before getting to the?
Sure.
Since it's
Yeah.
already late, might as well kill some time.
What, try to go up
Yeah.
the stairwell?
I just like to go. I mean, it's night.
I don't want to ever go back in that nightmare world.
I'm thinking we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
White
Well,
Moons LLC. That's also, I don't know. I recall in the film Song Before Travel that there's this whole things about black stars and strange moons.
it sounds like stuff
Seems like they're really
associated with
laying it on thick,
Hecate.
eh?
Stuff associated with Hecate, the moon.
And to answer Donley your question, you can absolutely swing by and you can see the exterior of the McAllister is very clearly burned. Uh, I don't know that you've been back to look at it, but you can kind of see your group's handiwork in the smoke that's risen and stained the outside of the building, and the lower level has been pretty well completely covered with graffiti all the way around. Uh, Agent Dent, you went in the front door, and I mean, it still looks like you could go in. Like,
yeah,
you
well, I
don't see
spit
that
at
it's
its
been.
fucking entrance.
So
Again.
this is the building with the night floors that you mentioned.
This was the building with that we entered the other world in. But
What floor was that?
that's going up
Yeah.
stairs.
I
It's
am going
also
to
the
bring a
basement
duffel
entrance.
bag with the shotgun.
That's
So-
the entrance that with the bottles that we reached through. That's the entrance that I was gonna try to go through.
You said find the bottle.
All right, well, let's find the bottle.
Yeah.
I'll bring my duffel bag. I have my sawn off pump action in the bag, as well as all the other stuff in my go bag.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of having to, as you're good on the stairs, there's like that level of trash that's just collected at the bottom of the stairwell. No one's dealing with it, but you can pull the door open with a little bit of oomph. There's the clinking of glass and whatnot, and the basement is obviously completely dark as you look around it. You see, much like I assume you have actually, what do you have? Flashlights, I guess.
Flashlight.
Something like that.
Yeah, flashlights.
Probably
Yeah,
not
something
cell
like
phones.
that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Not using them for that.
you're looking around. You can see that there are still the little plywood dividers that kind of split what would be a fairly open basement into little sub rooms. You can remember that the artists used them as little studios for some of them. Thomas Manuel springs to mind, and there is additionally a door in the back that would have like the water heater, that sort of thing. And there were some old records there you remember of the family that lived here.
I'm gonna go to Thomas's Manuel's room. That should have been burnt thoroughly, but
Mhm.
are there any paintings still stacked up
It
that I
it
didn't
looks,
slice?
yeah, yeah, that's true. You sliced through them pretty well. You're cracking and through there, and it looks pretty clear from there. Like there's the burnt frames you can see that looks like they've gone, but your light flashes in the corner, and you realize that there is a mirror that is there that is just stuck on the wall, looks completely untouched.
It, I don't remember that being there on the wall.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
Does it look new or
It,
compared to the
I mean,
others?
compared to the quality of the surrounding kind of burnt building, it looks brand new.
Mirrors in witchcraft are usually a portal into another world.
Do you have any other fun witchcraft facts for us?
I've got millions of them, but
10 minutes.
we're talking
decent.
weird stuff. Maybe their weird stuff's all based on reality. I'm going to walk over to the mirror and I'm going to poke it right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. And you get that little like scrape.
Nope,
Yep.
just glass.
Yeah, and roll alertness as you're looking at that.
Oh, okay. Oh, 14. I don't know what my alertness is. Hold on.
It's probably good. You squeak it and you pull your finger back and yeah, it's solid, looks solid.
Yeah.
And you're up close now and you're looking, you left a smudge there.
Yeah.
And somebody else left a smudge in the shape of the yellow sign.
Oh, look here.
And it looks
Wait,
like
is
it's
there-
like a multi, like if you smudged it again and again
Uh-huh.
and again, repeating the same symbol.
Is there dust on the floor? I'm sure there is.
Oh, there's just char on the floor from this building being
Okay.
on fire.
I'm going to scrape up some of it, and I'm going to onto the thing so that you can see the sign. That's wild sign. At least what he
The yellow
writes
sign.
on his letters to me.
Bad
This is
sign.
all creepy. I'm stepping back though.
But it's like somebody's used their finger to draw it on there repeatedly. Maybe that's how you activate the magic.
Go for it. We didn't draw the yellow sign when we were down here. Others may have been drawing it.
It's hard to figure out where they started or what they did first.
Are the yellow signs drawn on our side of the glass, Agent Voltus?
Oh yeah.
Let me look. There should be actually two, where it's on the glass and then it's on the reflection, then it's on the glass.
Yeah, it looks like it's on both. I mean,
Yeah.
the stuff you blew at it stuck to it. So yeah.
All right, folks. And I'm going to move my finger in what I think is the correct direction.
Somehow that sound has been the most unpleasant thing in the last 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. As you're going, Gray, go ahead and describe you see Gray's kind of maybe is there anxiety there?
Yeah, like she's a bit nervous because of talk of doors. So I think you see her like going into her inner pocket, kind of take like something. You see her like take something from her pocket, just pop it in, and she kind of like takes a deep breath, closes her eyes to feel it kick in for a little bit before she gets closer towards the mirror, just to calm
There's
herself
like
down.
and you can see like Gray. I doubt you could even hide just that like
No.
relaxation. You just see that level of tension drop pretty majorly as there's this sound of squeaking on the mirror in the background.
Okay, so we've got Nocturnal Man, Acid Burns, Researcher, whoever the fuck Donnelly is, and a drug addict. Wonderful. We've got quite the team.
So, does anything happen?
Well, yeah, Nancy finishes that, and you're getting kind of sick of it, and you complete that last bit, and your finger sinks into the mirror.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's cold and feels kind of damp.
What do you think now, Nancy?
Oh,
well, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm shocked, but not
It's
surprised.
cold. It's very cold.
So we're just gonna go in this mirror, huh?
Like liquid metal.
Oh, Gray is going in. She's like calmed down after taking that one thing that she needed, so she's gonna go through the mirror.
The
Just
fuck?
stick your head through. Just
What?
stick your head through. Don't go all the way through.
Oh, she's going in.
Just
You might as
the
well just
most
jump
vital
in.
part of your body.
Yeah, she's
first.
going in like she's putting on her jacket, like zipping it up, just walking in.
I'm
No
assuming
fear.
Whitver is with us now that it's night. He's awake.
Yeah, we'll say
Okay.
maybe he kind of stayed in the car for a minute and he's, kind of coming down.
He seems to be avoiding me.
Yeah.
I did a
yeah.
sand roll, but I passed.
Great. I think you're good then. The rest of you go ahead and make a sand roll as well.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I didn't think that anything was going to happen.
Pass.
Fail.
Hey, I passed.
Those who failed, go ahead and roll a d4, because you're now seeing maybe Gray is putting a hand out, and you can see it kind of sinks into this mirror.
Well, this is what we were looking for,
I've had worse.
I think.
Yeah, and I think this is when Whitwer comes down. Is like, no, stop! What are you doing? What are you doing?
We're about to go in.
Who?
At least I'm about to go in.
Well, didn't Gray already go in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking she would.
Oh,
He's not gonna wait.
Shit! And he
Uh.
sees, as you're like pushing, and you see he's running up, and we'll keep going with Gray.
Mhm.
Gray, you kind of have to push. It feels like clay or ice almost as you push, but then you kind of break this like resistance to it, and you are floating in water. And like you realize you're actually sinking a little bit, like you just fell into water. It's soaking through. It's very, very cold. And
Mhm.
go ahead and give a sanity.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, that's a critical failure. It's like a 100. It's pretty
Okay.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, roll a d6.
That's
it's
fair.
a 100?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a 6.
It's 6. Yes.
But I
Because-
can. Oh,
Yes, you can.
oh yes.
Would you like
So
to use willpower instead of sanity?
yes. So
That makes a lot of sense to me.
I need to roll the d6 then.
Nope, it's just 6 willpower. Because you did roll a 100.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. Okay, I'm gonna lower it down to. Yep. Got it. So willpower to. Yes.
And you're in this mirror, right? You're
Mhm.
in this water, and your eyes are adjusting to this darkness. You kind of had the flashlights before, but your flashlight isn't doing much right now. It's kind of getting that diffusion. But you realize maybe about 2 meters away from you, there is a portal, a window, well, another mirror maybe, that looks like it's looking into a bathroom.
Hmm.
Like a big master bathroom sort of thing. But you also see floating beneath it, there is a decaying corpse that just you can kind of see the arm drifting beneath the window. And
Huh.
just looking around in the water, that's the closest. It's not the only one. But you also can't breathe in here.
Oh yeah, she's just going to. After seeing that, she's gonna swim back, and
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, she's gonna swim back, back towards the where she came in, and maybe I don't know. She's been basically what spat out
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
other side.
It's a weird gravity sort of thing, right? As you're swimming 1 second, then you're falling the next, and you splat onto the floor, and you are soaked through from being dunked here. You're not happy probably about your phone at the moment, but you see Whitworth there like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What are you doing?
what
Don't
was
go
it
through the
like?
mirrors.
How was Wonderland, Alice?
Looks like it was underwater.
Yes.
You said
Underwater.
something about a window being open and water come flooding in,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah,
Agent.
Yeah, that was
at
at
the
the Boxer.
Boxer. Yeah, at the Boxer Hotel. That's where we put Geneva's body. And that's where she got lost and came back. And you can see like he's kind of feeling for a gun that he doesn't have, looking at you, Gray. Like he's expecting you to just lose your shit.
Yeah, I think what she's gonna do, luckily, but she has spell willpower for it. She's gonna walk over to Whitwer.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He's backing up. No, 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 no. They fucked her up.
Yes, because I did see the body there of what you say, Geneva.
What? You
The
saw
body.
Geneva's.
Yes.
Jesus. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
all linked.
Look, this is
What?
like the novel.
Right.
Gray, though, you're talking
Mhm.
about that body. It didn't seem like a woman's body.
Okay. But you can tell there might be more bodies there, at least.
It's kind
Seeing
of
how
tough to
vast.
tell. Not that you were immediately next to, but
hmm
it seemed like a very big space.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I think she's gonna say just hold on for a minute, Whitwer. I did say a body, but luckily for you, it was not a female body, as far as I can tell. But that ocean or lake is vast.
and you were underwater.
Yes.
You couldn't breathe.
No.
But you
But-
saw another door or another exit.
Yeah, some type of portal, or I mean, there was the window.
You
So-
said there were others, but they were farther away.
It's a possibility because it's quite vast, this
So there
body
was
of water I was in.
A window that you were looking through to.
Wait, who's asleep?
What do you mean who's asleep?
There's 5 of us here. The window only opens when I fell asleep. That's how we
You-
noticed we room 616. That was our room. I fell asleep and the window showed up. Geneva went in, the window fogged over, and she came out screaming about no mask, and we had to put her down. Then Thalamus put her back through the window after I fell back asleep. So who's asleep?
Well, there's 6 of us, for starters. So basic arithmetic
Including
is in
you.
order.
Somebody else is here. Is there somebody sleeping? A hobo? Sleeping? A bum upstairs?
Well, maybe it's not
Is
open.
somebody asleep at the Boxer Hotel?
Yeah,
in
me.
that 616.
Yeah, you standing here talking to us. You're asleep at the Boxer Hotel right now.
No, no, no.
Wait,
I
you-
was asleep. That's when it opened, is when I fell asleep.
Donnelly, you said 616.
At the Boxer.
That's an alternate number for the beast, the devil.
It's also an exit where I hear you can get excellent burgers. But so Whitwer,
Whitwer does seem confused by the devil's talk.
you're saying that when you fell asleep, the window opened. Now, we need
Yes.
to talk about the idea of causation and correlation. Okay, you're saying that the windows could only be open when you were asleep. However, they are open now and you are not asleep. So there must be some other cause.
I guess.
Did Gray go all the way to the window and see if it was closed or not? Maybe you can see it on this side, but it's closed.
Well, is there a department store open or something? We can get like a hose and make the world's longest
She said
snorkel.
there was a bathroom on the other side.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we
mean,
could hold our breath and swim over there and see.
I mean, if you want
Swim
to drown in
backwards.
the mirror world, you go for it. I want to stop you.
How far was it, Agent Gray?
is she able to tell that information or not?
Yeah, yeah.
really?
It'd be like a few meters away. Like you could easily swim to it. Like you wouldn't even need to roll a check to make it.
Okay, so It is within a safe distance, but depends how long we can hold our breath. That's a different story.
Was it warm? Was it cold? Was it?
It was the water was very cold, wasn't it? Yeah, it
Yes.
was.
Was there a floor, or were you in the middle of an ocean?
It was in the middle of a. It looks endless, to be
And no
honest. It's
current?
just
There was no current to sweep you away?
no, it's very still.
Perfectly still?
Was it a lake?
That's what I'm thinking. It could be the lake.
Well, if you can't see any parameters, then you don't know whether it was a lake, just a void of water.
Yeah, but we have
Nothing.
references to a lake.
A lake.
We've not found the bottom. This is what we can. I mean, this is why we're here. This is what we're
Well,
assuming that we're trying to get through. I do want to go back to I think it was in the hallway where that other, the entrance in where we found the bottles. It was in the basement in the hallway. I think by the back door there. I'm gonna go back and see if I can, I think it was brick. And we kind of pushed through.
It was brick. Yeah, I don't recall because it's been quite a bit. Did it collapse or not?
We could put our arms in through it and then reached and pulled bottles. There was a room full of bottles.
Yeah. In that case, I'll say roll luck just because this place did have the fire go through it.
50.
All right. There does appear to be a kind of crack in the wall. So Donnelly, you've kind of left this for the moment to go take a look through this as they're discussing their next plans. And yeah, you can see there's that crack that it's big enough to stick an arm through. But you are looking through and it looks pretty dark on the other side. Like you're not seeing any light. Yeah.
Flashlight out.
But there's like a glint or two, right? Like you're reminded of those bottles.
Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to pull, maybe call Den if he's got something in his bag. We grabbed crowbars and stuff. We grabbed some tools. So.
Yeah, I got a crowbar in the duffel.
Yeah, of course. Hand me that crowbar.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to interject. Can I pull out Glass's cloth and see if I can somehow wipe the mark off of the glass? It keeps wanting to go in, but I want to see if it closes the portal.
Ooh, I'm going to need you to roll a dexterity as you're doing that.
89. That's really good. No.
Okay. You fail as you're like, how do you close? And you get towards the mark and you're trying to balance that sink and you wipe and you hit a point and you actually feel as this thing crystallizes again and shuts, but it catches your fingertips like just a little bit and you look, you're bleeding from your fingertips. It is cleanly cut and your cloth is nowhere, like tattered. So take a point of damage, but blood.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was stupid.
Yeah, roll a sanity just as you got what would probably be 4 fingers
still a pass.
Okay.
Yeah. But
is there something about bleeding from the end of your fingers that is related to witchcraft, perhaps?
No, but it's really not a good thing. That's one of the worst places you can get a wound because there's
like
a lot of capillaries.
You need some gloves or I don't know anything to.
Oh, I should have just thrown a sponge at it. That might have worked just as effectively, and it would have cut the sponge in half. I will medical myself.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a first aid. This is mostly for time. You'll staunch it. If you succeed, you can get some hit points back. If you fail, it's just going to be an iffy job.
I just passed 9 out of 10.
Yeah. You can get your hit point back of that as you did You did pass.
but now I've got to put some band-aids or something
Yeah.
on my fingertips.
Yeah, and so as you're looking away, Whitwer's flabbergasted, and Donnelly and Dent, you're crowbarring open this crack in the wall, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Going
and
at it.
it's taken a while, and you're hearing kind of the wall on top of it crack and shift a little bit as you're going. This doesn't seem like the most stable thing to do, but you also are hearing whistling
Have I heard this
just
whistling before?
echoing down the hallway. Yeah, something about that whistle reminds you of a lounge, a cigar lounge, and a
Yeah.
man with a horrible toupee that
Yeah.
was just wasted.
He was the bartender, wasn't he? We drank a lot with him.
Yeah.
I did. Then
It's here.
disappeared.
Let's keep
Oh, what was his name? He gave me a name. I don't recall the name.
Uh, you would remember as you see in the distance this lantern light rounds a corner, and it gives you a lot more light into what you're looking at. You're very clearly kind of looking at a cave floor with these bottles stacked against it. You can see the opposite wall a little better now, and it's top to bottom bottles. And kind of down a little hallway, you see this man with a horrible red toupee walk through. He's got an old mining helmet on. That's the source of the thing. He's got a pickaxe and a shovel and some rope, and he's just whistling up a storm. And he notices your eyes kind of looking through the crack, and he does like the, "Hey, who is that?"
Hey, it's Donnelly.
Holy shit, Donnelly!
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, it really has. You guys
Can you
got to
help
be
me with this?
careful. And he walks over to it, clank, clank. As he gets closer, the smell of alcohol grows stronger and stronger till he's right in front of you. Ah, boy, Donnelly, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think I should. This wall you're digging on, you can't see it, but if you keep going, this is gonna collapse on you.
Ah, shit.
How'd you even get beneath the bridle bit?
You know, doors, stairs. You know how this goes.
Yeah, not really. It takes me forever to find this place every time.
You know how we can find it from your end?
From my end, let's see, what did I have to do this time? I think it was the servants' quarters. I had to talk to the wife of the guy. Uh, that's different than last time. Last time was second floor across. I don't know how you get here. It changes, right? It changes, but
Hey,
I-
what's those bottles? You got, like a bottle
yeah,
of
it's the
Mark
bottles.
Chastain?
ah shit. You want a bottle Mark Castaigne? They take your pick. They're everywhere.
Can you hand me one?
Uh,
Find Donnelly's bottle.
Yeah.
my Donnelly. Look, guys, I like you. We go way back. I appreciate your help with the job. But come on, I can't go looking for your bottles because I'm
Well,
trying to find my own. If I happen to see yours, I will bring it
that'd
to
be
you.
great.
We will make that happen. But yeah, sure. Just be careful with the wall, okay?
All right, I'll stop.
All right. Jeez, all right. Give me a. He kind of clatters off. Castaigne, Castaigne, Castaigne. You're never a Castaigne where you want there to be. And he kind of disappears off to the side.
I'm gonna pull out like a flask or something, get some liquor and get
I'll
it
pull
ready.
out my own. Cheers.
Yeah, we'll both drink and then maybe pass. Or
Hey, who are you guys talking to?
An old friend.
Old
it's
friend, huh? You see Gray like trying to shake whatever because she has her pocket watch on her, so she's trying to
How
shake
are
whatever
Voltus's
water.
fingers doing? Is he all right?
No, the skin is completely gone from the ends of them. I'm gonna have to get some bandages. All I got is a
No
cloth right now.
bone, nothing.
No, it
Not-
wasn't
it's
that
not
deep,
that
thank
bad.
That's
God.
good. That's good.
But we gotta to close the portal. You got to remove the mark, and to remove the mark, I guess the portal is like razor thin. So when it closed, it took my fingertips with me, and half of my little cloth that I was wiping it with.
Maybe next time we'll use a broom.
Or a Swiffer.
It's a
Well,
shame. That was a really good cloth.
The
Squeegee
thing
it.
is that you could do some serious damage to somebody if they're halfway through and you wipe that off.
Good
That's
to know.
that's a really interesting plan. I
If
wonder
I'd have
it'll ever
gone
be useful.
through and held my hand up like this, my hand would have hit that mark and wiped it off, and I'd have been sliced completely in half. We have to be careful. I wanted to maybe swim across, but not now.
It's something to keep in mind for sure. Sorry
So
about
do
your
you
hand,
think
though.
the Brotherhood of the
Doors.
Doors somehow created this? Is the mirror actually physically attached to the wall, or is it in
Yeah.
a frame hung on the wall?
It's attached to the wall.
I was going to see if there was some magical stuff on the back of it, but
I mean, it's just the little hooks. Like you could twist the hooks and take it out. Like it's just attached to the wall like a normal mirror would be.
Okay, maybe I will try that.
Okay.
And did I hear Mr. Wild off in the distance?
It sounds a lot like Mr. Wild, but there's something different about it. It's very subtle, but it sounded you don't know who this person is. They sound actually, the more you think about it, completely different than Mr. Wild.
It sounds like they're from like the same region, but
Yeah.
this guy had a much more muted and demeanor.
I picked up on the subtle change.
Yeah. It was
Hard to explain.
artistically done, some might say.
Yes.
Bronx or Queens, yeah.
if it was Mr. Wild, he'd be like,
It's the
"We're
whistle.
trying to get rocks to fall on your heads."
Rocks. I'll remember that.
Yeah. But
yeah,
okay, so
go ahead.
Voltus, yeah, you're taking it down, and right, Donnelly, you're waiting, and eventually you do hear the clank of like a bottle spinning, but it's not Mark. It's a number of people. It looks like 4 of them. They're dressed in this kind of plasticky white robe or silver robe, and they have white masks, and you can see like little eye cutouts. It's not completely featureless, but they are just walking through these uh hallways by the light of a candle. And make a alertness or search, whichever is better for you.
That's an 8.
Okay. You notice that they each have a little pin attached to their cloak that is a open door. It's like a kind of like a little arch and then another filled in arch next to it.
Hey, it's the Brotherhood. Brotherhood of Doors.
Did you shout that?
Yeah, what the
Oh
heck?
my God, I get my shotgun ready.
And I really want you to I wish there was a listen roll right now. So I'm gonna do another alertness between the people that are right there.
Yeah, Den's right next to me.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, 49. That's a pass.
Okay.
Alertness is a 74. That's
That would
not
be
good.
all of us. That who's closest.
I think Gray, yeah, you snuck
Yeah,
in there. You're at
yeah,
the
I'm just
least
thinking.
yeah, Donnelly's
Yeah.
gonna get it.
I failed.
Yeah. No for Dent. But Donnelly, you say, is that the Brotherhood of Doors? And they stop and they all look like three of them all look at a kind of a bigger one. You're kind of seeing some differences in them now. And they're like, Dean, how the fuck does he know about the Brotherhood? You
Oh, I got
dumbass.
them.
Who did you tell? I didn't tell anybody. It was just a crazy. And they're like whispering this between themselves. I don't know how he would know about us.
Hey, have you seen the yellow sign?
He knows about the yellow sign. He knows. It's one of those specters. We don't know
I
if he
don't
knows
know.
anything. He knows too much. He can't know about anything.
I've read the book.
It's which book?
There's
How about
only
ask
one
about-
book.
How about ask about Abigail? Do they know Abigail?
Yeah.
Or Abby, sorry. Abby,
You can
right?
yell out.
Yeah, you can yell out too.
Yeah, because I got 29.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you can kind of hear them. And there's one of them that's cautiously stepping a little closer.
You know where Abby is?
Abby. Who's Abby?
Oh, you don't remember. They don't
I'm
know.
around the corner with a shotgun that's loaded.
Who- Where are you?
Is Eva with you?
And the big one in the back walks forward. What are you talking about?
You know Eva. Undine?
And there's that like kind of quick, like, what the fuck? I told you it's the spirits. They know these things. Eva is not ready yet for the responsibility of the Brotherhood. And again, it's this white mask face just kind of staring at you.
What I
Tell
don't
us,
know.
tell us of our future, spirit. Tell us,
What
how
I
can we
don't
get
know.
Asa on the throne?
Oh, you want
Tell
Asa
us.
Throne. So is Asa trying to create these doorways?
It asks too many questions. He knows
I-
about the buildings. Shut up.
I can
How's
tell
the
there's
Dorchester? Is the Dorchester house connected? Which house where are you headed?
It's no business of yours, spirit.
What about the boxer?
And one of them's like
Oh.
kind of reaching in and is like throwing some like dust in the air. Like, be
Hey, there's-
gone, be gone.
No, there'll be a punishment ahead of you. I can foresee a punishment, especially what you have done with the missing children.
And three of them don't seem to. What's your human at, Gray?
60.
The one that's kind of stayed back stiffens at that. And the other three are just kind of going like, what are you talking about? The children? Does he talk about the golden
It
children?
seems the one at the back knows. There's a punishment. I foresee a punishment because of what you've done with the missing children.
You know about they're telling lies. They're telling lies.
Oh,
We
no.
should not
Then-
trust them.
Wasn't
Then
Their
ask the
voices-
one at the back.
Wasn't Asa
Yeah,
the
they
creepy
are.
guy
They
that
are. And
drowns
Yeah.
kids?
they're talking to this guy, and he's yeah, this again. They're all with the same face. No, don't listen to them, brothers. Don't listen. This is not. These are trying to stop my ascent. Please, we need to stop listening to these voices and continue.
So is that Asa then? Because I'm
It
pretty
sure
sure
sounds like Ace's
I'm turning to
voice.
gray. Wasn't Asa the one wasn't he the creep that killed how many kids? He drowned.
Well, he's in shotgun range right now.
I'll tell you.
You do
later,
you do
Donald.
hear that he is behind a couple of people
All right.
at the moment. They're kind of talking, but he
We'll
is
get him to.
there.
We'll get him out. We'll get him pissed off.
And it does seem like he is convincing these other three, like, don't listen to them. They seem to be very beholden to him as he's talking. They like he's able to switch what they're thinking like that just by being like, no, 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 no. Don't listen to them, brothers. It is not part of my prophesied kingdom. Don't let us continue. Let us
Don't
continue,
listen.
please.
Don't listen to him. Just take off your mask. Don't we have a copy of the book right here?
Do you have a copy of the book?
No, but
I don't recall. I think it's either Nancy
We
or
can bluff.
I have my father's copy.
Yeah, we have a.
But I'm the one with it, and I'm not there. So
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it
Yeah.
out. Don't we have a copy of the book right here?
Then show the Libro
Yeah.
Sanctum. I want to call it Sanctum Sanctorum, but that is not correct. That's Doctor Strange. They call it the Libro Secretarum Manifesta. Show your copy if you truly are real spirit.
Well, come over here. Dent, don't you have a copy? Show him the copy.
Yeah, let me just get it through my bag.
Dent. Roll a persuade.
Who?
Whoever's trying to convince them to come over there.
Oh, that's me, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm at least trying to get Asa to come out. 66. Is that a horrible fail, or I think it's a horrible fail?
Ah.
Oh, it is. I only have
Oh.
15%.
And yeah, you're trying to convince them, but something about it, Ace is just kind of like, "Psh, no, ridiculous.
Nancy.
Let's go."
Nancy, give your father's
He
book.
shouts,
yeah, what?
they shout nonsense. Let us go, brothers. And they're kind of sweeping away at this point. Donnelly, yeah, maybe you're yelling back for Nancy, and you're hearing their footsteps recede into the distance.
What is it?
Thought we were gonna get a shot. Asa was over there.
I know, we could have got him. Fuck. That's okay.
Ace and Asa is
The architect.
Of the boxer, of the
McAllister.
of all
is he
these
still
buildings.
alive? So he's still alive after all this time?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that was in the late 1800s. I don't have my notes on that, but
I think, yeah, based on what you remember with what he had, he would have been operating in the 30s.
30s.
Primarily, right. I think you did enough research to you know what? I don't recall if you actually do that. How much do you remember about Asa Darabanti?
Didn't he? We looked him up, and didn't he drown a bunch of children
He
back in
did.
and was fleeing from that? And yeah, we had done some research on Asa. No, we did
Yeah.
not go down the line and start looking at all the buildings that he had
That is correct. Yeah,
Like his
you know
background we did.
yeah, he disappeared. When did he disappear? Such an easy to find date. When did he bail? Actually, I'm sorry. The 50s are when he is actually found. A lot of his buildings were closer to the 20s, 30s, and there. But yes, in 45. Nope, I lied. In 1950, the 30th of August, 1950, that is when Asa disappeared, and that's when they kind of figured out he'd been drowning children, because they actually found a 5-year-old dead in the bathtub. There was they tried to find him, but he disappeared.
So he's trying to ascend to the throne.
Yeah, I don't want to live in a world where he's ascended.
If we could just get the hole's not big enough for any one of us to squeeze through.
No, and the more you're here, the more you're like, Mark is right. Like, it's probably gonna collapse. You're lucky that none of them kicked it and started it, because it wouldn't take a lot.
Can I reach through and grab a bottle?
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll a luck roll.
53.
Okay. The name doesn't mean anything to you. It's just kind of a generic name to somebody. But you do hear the whistling kind of coming back, and Mark Rourke shows up again, and hey, Jeb, I finally found one.
All
I
right.
tell you, it took me forever. This one's a little old, so do your best. But here you go. Looks like Michael Castaigne.
Oh, Michael Castino.
Yep.
I'll
And
pat. I'll
yeah,
grab
hands
it.
you this bottle, and it
I,
looks quite old.
I'll pass him a. You want a drink?
Hell yeah.
All right. How long you been down here in the basement?
Oh, it's tough to tell. A
Oh,
week, maybe two. I don't know. Time's confusing when you're down here, and then you go up into the hotel, and time's even tougher there. And
yeah, yeah.
look,
I
I'm
understand
just
that.
lucky I made it here. All right, this is a tough place to get to.
And you're just looking for your bottle,
Hey, who isn't, right?
right? Well, that's what I'm looking for. But I guess I'm a little confused. What is in the bottle?
Uh, well, shit. Uh, and he gets this look like I don't 100% know, but
I
I
don't
know I
know
need
either.
it. I
It's
need my bottle. It's very important that I get it,
Yeah, we all need our bottle.
right? That's what I keep telling everybody.
I just wish I
Some,
knew what's in it.
hey, you and me both. You and me both. Oh, think about it. Maybe the finest liqueur this
Oh,
side of the river.
be sweet.
Oh,
Oh, sweet.
and he hands you back the empty flask that you gave him. Yeah, that stuff hits the spot. Look, I'm gonna get going. You guys, good luck.
Guys, I'll
Yeah.
try finding you.
Oh yeah, it won't be that hard. Just get to the hotel and it'll be easy peasy. I'll hit you up in the lobby. How's that sound?
That sounds great. Is Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your last name, Mark? If I find your bottle, I'll grab it.
Rourke. Mark Rourke.
Mark Rourke. Yeah.
Roark.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Hey, good luck.
Good luck to you.
And he'll actually like you see him reach the hand through to get a little handshake. There's just his hand out of the wall.
If it's just wrong, but yeah, we'll shake. I'll just turn to Dent Gray. Anything before you?
I put away the shotgun.
I was just wondering hey, Mark, is it?
Yeah.
Mark? Have you seen a girl in blue anywhere?
Oh, you mean Abby? Sure.
Where
Yeah,
where
she
did you
went.
last see her?
Shit, I mean, she went up to sixth and then down,
Yeah.
I assume. That was a long time ago.
did you
Like
find her
3 or
bottle?
4 weeks.
Yeah, did
Well,
she?
shit, I
Yeah.
don't know. How would I know that? I assume, probably. I mean, she ain't here no more.
Hmm.
Ran off with that creep,
What creep?
the encyclopedia salesman. These guys know.
I
The
do.
hand just kind of points to Donnelly and Dent through the hole.
What's the name of this encyclopedia salesman then?
Oh, no
Donnelly Dent?
idea.
Do you guys remember a name? Looking at Dent and Donnelly.
Remember Encyclopedia, man?
It's
Never.
just
Donnelly.
that.
Did he see those others that were just there with the masks?
Oh yeah. Did you see Asa go through?
Asa. Yeah. I've seen Asa around. Him
He's
and
a
his
real-
dumb little troop.
He's a little real prick.
Oh, you're telling me. I mean, money talks, and what it says is I'm a jerk.
He's also a child killer, and he definitely needs to be put down.
That explains how he got here, you know.
Drowning kids.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. That whole weird, they're wrapped up in something stupid. Who knows?
Gotcha. All right. Well, good luck.
Good luck. Hey, don't forget your running shoes. He pulls back
Yeah.
the hand and is gonna walk away if you don't stop him. He's whistling again. Sounds like working on the railroad, maybe.
I'm just Asa drowning kids. Was he experimenting on trying to get through
Sounds like human sacrifice.
or making some sacrifice? And Gray saw at least one body floating.
Unless
Yeah. It's not
Asa
a, I don't
was,
think it's, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, unless Asa was trying to get the kids to swim across to the window and they were drowning in the process.
Um,
Right.
the body that Gray saw was an adult?
Adult, yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, she'll just relay that. The body I saw was an adult, so
Yeah, but there's more than one portal, so
Yeah,
there's probably more
possibly.
than one water voids.
I'm just thinking was he either he was sacrificing or was he experimenting?
That's awful. It's really awful.
Well, he wouldn't be the first person to sacrifice children for an experiment.
Right.
It's
And I
just his
don't know
brotherhood.
this encyclopedia salesman. I don't remember ever figuring that out or who Abby ran away with.
A lot of things that you say to me, I don't know what's.
I know. I'm just thinking out loud at this point.
I still don't
It's
know
just-
who Abby is, but you told me the story, so.
Yeah. And I mean, it's making sense to me now that Abby, girl in blue. Okay.
So
I'm just trying to.
is through the wall somewhere? Is that somewhere else?
That's under the hotel broadband.
So there's a portal between here and there through that hole.
And I don't know if we could get to it through the mirror here, or do we have to go someplace else to go through?
It seems like a more safer alternative.
What
Well,
here?
safer.
Well, what
Yeah,
if we
in comparison?
what if we knock this wall open?
It's going to collapse. And
Yeah,
I think
but then
we
we
might
can
lose
just
it
move
all.
all of the collapsed stuff out of the way.
I don't know if it works like that.
Oh,
I'm afraid if we
fair enough.
collapse it,
We're gonna
We lose it
space and
all.
time.
Or it might just destroy the portal entirely.
right? I can
Like
pull
the
bottles
mirror.
out. You can reach in and grab bottles.
Well, what are these bottles now?
I don't know. We've got this one. I've got Mark.
Can I?
Here, can I see that
Or not
bottle?
Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we see it?
Michael.
Pass them around. Michael's.
I'll take the bottle for this Castaigne fellow, and I'm gonna smash it.
And somewhere
It
somebody dies.
Shatters on the ground, and yeah, it's kind of one of those fancy like wax stopped ones, but you throw it and it shatters. And kind of looking through it, just so you know, each of these bottles is completely unique. So this one kind of looked old and dusty, and it shatters on the ground.
No, nothing comes out. No smoke. No liquid.
What'd you expect?
Nice job.
But it had his name on it. Was that name on a label, or was the name written?
Yeah, it's like some are labels, some have like little metal attachments. There's a variety.
I mean, it's so bizarre.
It's you said it's dusty, it has like a wax.
Well, it's
Can you describe the
now.
bottle
Wax
again?
stopper on the top of it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at it before it broke, but yeah, it had like a stopper and dusty. Like it looks like you pulled it from a wine cellar at one point.
Oh,
So do these cultists think that their souls are hidden inside these bottles? That's ridiculous.
and can I take a closer look at the wax topper? Is there anything significant about it?
Go ahead and roll forensics on that.
Yeah, she doesn't have a lot, but something. Or if anything's pertaining to, I don't know, history or anthropology. But we'll forensics
Yeah.
first.
Oh, that's right. You have anthropology, don't you?
Yeah,
What is it?
I have-
What's the number on it?
I have 50.
Okay. That's high enough. As you're looking at this wax seal, you kind of pick it from the ground, and you're looking at it, you do see that there is a kind of faint imprint on it. And you
Mhm.
have quite a bit of that sort of cultural history sort of thing. And it looks to you like a French coat of arms,
Mhm.
roughly 1400s. If you had to get like take a swing at it, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
With what it is, you could look it up online. You might be able to get it closer, but
Hmm.
like just the idea that you can kind of place it roughly is good.
Yeah. Gray will be just keeping that a mental note. I don't know, she can, because Voltus has mentioned that he's a researcher, she's gonna pass the wax stop seal over to Voltus and say that, look at this French coat of arms, 1400s. Do you
It's,
know anything more than this?
it's beeswax. It's this is definitely a French coat of arms.
Mhm.
Then it says Castaigne. That makes sense. But there's nothing in the bottle, just air,
Just air.
a ghost, a spirit, a soul, a breath, and that's what the word means in Greek. Breath, the spirit of life. I don't know what. It just seems like a dumb old bottle to me. If we find somebody's bottle and we can see the person and smash the bottle, then we'll see if they die when you break it.
Well, luckily one of us is already dead.
Well, with the age of this bottle, Michael Castaigne's mostly dead. I mean, he's got to be dead, unless the magic bottle keeps the person alive. But you keep talking about lots of bottles. That would mean that there's thousands of people walking around that are immortal.
I mean, legally speaking, Agent Gray, yes, I am very much deceased.
Yeah, so you have nothing to worry about.
Oh, maybe somebody stuck a breath in your bottle. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe I'll breathe in the breath from my bottle, and then I will sit on the throne. Ha ha ha.
Maybe you don't even have a bottle.
Yeah, that could be true. Maybe not everybody has a bottle, but everybody thinks that they do.
But it might be a possibility that your father might still have his bottle. Might
It
still have a
all
bottle.
sounds like an elaborate
I don't know.
mythology.
If my father had a bottle, why wouldn't I have a bottle? This seems like a family ordeal, doesn't it? Like Lines of Ascension, War of the Roses bullshit.
I don't know.
Yes. And again, making
A lot
logic
of
of this is
Castains.
But we have seen through a portal twice today. That's kind of interesting, wouldn't you say?
Well, this one seems just open. Always
Yeah,
open.
well, I mean, if the mirror was just open, it would look like a hole, you know. But in this case, this one here is open. The frame must be embedded in the stone, maybe, or
Well, great. Could I see that photo you had or that picture?
yeah, yeah, sure. She's gonna pull it out from her inner jacket. Oh, my bad.
So it
Just hand it to
shows
you.
the Broadband and McAllister next to each other. Is it oriented in such a way that this looks like this could be the foundation of the Broadband
Not really. It's
or next?
more near it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so there's a
yeah,
space. So they're
yeah.
not sharing a wall. They wouldn't share a
Right,
wall.
right.
Well, that was my thought.
What do you guys think about this shepherd-looking fella here? As she points to the one who's kind of in charge of this flock, this endless flock, as she points it out to everybody.
What's a shepherd look like?
Yeah, you're looking kind of closely at the shepherd now. He's resting underneath this tree. His face is kind of obscured. There's a hood, so you can't see features necessarily. But as you're getting close and you've got your flashlights on this, you see that what you took to be like a kind of a red undershirt,
Hmm.
it's not. His throat, or hers, I suppose, their throat has been ripped open, and you can see it very and kind of carefully done with little bits of red staining the undershirt. And the staff that the shepherd is holding has been broken off at the tip. You notice that as well. So they've just kind of got a very general cloak, but it looks like this person is dead.
All this symbology, is this Agent Dent, are you picking up any demon stuff? By the way, also, if you see somebody who's a demon, do you know that they're a demon? Agent Dent.
I don't think so. I would have to know they're a demon first and then confirm.
Yeah, you don't really have enough information on that. It's one of those, if you do, you'll know when you see them,
Well, I
but
know
unless you don't.
Person is in New York. We can go visit him if you want.
That is accurate.
I'd have to look through the Ars Goetia to see what they're in charge of, if they're in fact in charge of what they say they're in charge of.
The ghost, or the demons, I still not have a clue of what role they play in this.
Are any of them in charge of bottles / bottle distributing?
Do we want to talk to Person?
I mean, I would say it couldn't hurt, but then again, I don't know.
The scary thing
It
is
hurt a
that
lot.
traditionally dealing with demons, they're always friendly and helpful, but then it's all a trick to get you indebted to them, and then you're fucked.
And this goes back to your encyclopedic
We're
knowledge
already
of witchcraft, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we passed fuck back there long way ago.
Is there,
I think
because
past that exit 616.
You said something about going upstairs in this place.
Yeah.
The stairs still exist going upstairs. It's been burned out.
I want to try it. I want to go up to Abigail's if there's anything left.
I'll go with Donley.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna relive this
Donnelly
hard.
and Dent are going into Abigail's. Yeah, it's tough going back. You still think you could smell that
Epoxy.
epoxy. Yeah,
Yep.
just kind of. But it's your imagination. You're sure. What are Voltus, Gray, and Barnes doing?
I'm going to go back to see if I can remove the mirror from the wall without breaking it.
Yes, you
and
can.
see if there's anything written on the back of it. Magical symbols or
Okay. Yes. You will do that. I will continue my question. Barnes, what are you doing?
I hmm. I'm trying to think through
Let's
things.
get back to you. Ray, what are you doing?
I think she's very curious about she'll keep the wax seal. There has to be some significance. She wants to know more about Michael Castaigne. Because there's been talk about Augustus Castaigne, who's Michael Castaigne's. That's the thing she's trying to figure out. And if there's anything significant about the coat of arms, as in what possible symbology is within this coat of arms, etc. That's what she'll be spending her time on while the others are
Okay.
doing her thing.
I will say you're probably going to need to go to a library to get like the full thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you'd probably find it online just from the time period, but yeah, you
Oh,
can
that's fair.
absolutely collect some pieces of the bottle pretty easily. All right. And yeah, Nancy.
So they all went. By they all, I mean Donnelly, Dent, Dante,
Upstairs.
and others. They came to this building because this Abigail, disappeared. And there's this notion of Abby going out to sea. And there's this book about drowning, about an Abby going back and forth between this other world. This notion of bottles. And what I want to do is they keep talking to people through this crack on the wall.
Mhm.
Um, so why won't I like get a piece of paper or something?
Yep.
And I just want to write, hey Abs, it's Nance. We should talk. I just want to fold it up and
Just put it through the
yeah.
put it through the hole in the wall. Okay. Wonderful. In that case, we'll get to Donley and Dent. We'll probably wrap up with them. Gray, you're picking up the bottle. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Voltus, I think that's probably going to be the quickest of getting that mirror off the wall. You just have to unscrew a couple things and you carefully bring it down. And as you set it on the ground, that you can see there is a demonic seal on the back of it. It spells out Samagina.
Uh, Here we go. It's demonic seal on the back, Samagina. Any of you familiar with that one?
You
Uh,
realize they've gone upstairs. Yeah, great. You're right
Oh,
there. Yeah.
okay. Well, I take note of it. Maybe I draw it in my little notebook.
Mhm.
Then I
I mean,
leave the mirror.
if you ask Grady, I don't know if she'll have an idea, but the odds go away. She
Well,
has something she can look up online, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
and you did also hear Samagina's name in that news reel, specifically that Agent Dent stole her car
Hmm.
Mhm.
rudely.
Yeah. Samagina. She's a she's a demon, Voltus.
Oh yeah, definitely. Samagina. Uh, but I don't. There's like I think there's 70 of them, so each of them is in charge of a certain thing. In any case, I'm not surprised. It's medieval black magic.
Then what is Samagina's purpose then, or
Oh, you'd have to look
what's?
it up. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. But she will have a purpose of some sort. See, the idea was that if you had the proper spells, you could summon demons to do what you wanted them to do and force them. Supposedly, Solomon built the temple in Jerusalem by making the demons build it for him.
Oh,
God gave him the power over controlling demons or angels or whatever you want to call them.
okay. Well, I mean, my phone is still kind of wet from all that, so that
Yeah,
kind of sucks. But I do want to go to a library, whenever it's open to look more into Castaigne and whatnot.
I've
All
got a
right.
copy of the R's back at my my place, but we're not there, obviously.
Yeah, and if your phone wasn't waterlogged, Agent Gray, you could probably look it up pretty easily at
Yeah.
demonweb101.com.
Yeah,
Just
that's
hypothetically.
fine.
Yeah.
You'll just have
Um,
to have it dried out or do what you can to, you know,
yeah,
she knows what to do.
exactly. Yeah. Get some rice. And as we go upstairs, Donnelly and Dent, you have to exit the building and go in. It's easy enough to do. Yeah, you're imagining the epoxy. The interior still has that kind of destroyed, elegant look now. The red carpet is hopelessly stained with years of dust and soot, and the inside it's looking pretty bad. The You can go to see Abby's apartment. The door has been smashed open. All of them have been. And you can walk in if you want.
Yeah, we'll walk in. And
Yeah.
then, do you want to try going up the stairwell?
I got my hand on the door to Abigail's, you know. Yeah, let's do the stairs.
So, door to Abigail's. Are you opening her room?
Oh, I'm opening
Yeah, we're
the
gonna look
Okay.
in. And then we're
look
gonna
in.
Yes. And as you look in, the door creaks open, and you can see sitting squat on the floor, Dent, where you got the radio out, that floorboard is still broken. You can see, but there is that black table that you saw. It is just sitting in the middle of the floor, that very finely ridged, sort of, I don't know,
Damn.
coffee table's the closest you can think of, maybe about a footish high,
It's
very
that
thick.
table that was in the barn.
I have no idea what the significance of this is.
No clue. It always
But
looks
that was not here last time I was here, right?
And it looks like it's heavy. Like to move this,
right.
you'd really have to put a lot of effort into
Well,
it.
let's take a look at this table, though.
It's very glassy, very water-like, isn't it?
Is
Yeah,
it,
well,
does it
it's like
reflect? Is it smooth like a
it's
mirror?
not really. It's not reflective, and you do have that sense, like Donley's saying, it looks wet, but also it's because it has all those like fine lines, like a fingerprint or something, right? Like it's very finely done, so it kind of ripples a little bit as you're looking at it. But if you were to set something flat, it wouldn't be a problem. It's very, very delicate.
Do we have any paper? I mean, maybe there's a symbol. Is there something
Yeah, you're kind of looking
on
now.
this?
I'm gonna ask the question I asked the last time.
We touch it.
You touch it. You touch the thing. All right. You
I
touch it. Yeah, who touches it? That's the question.
We'll roll for it, huh?
I'll
buddy, old
just
pal.
put this is, I didn't touch it in the barn. In for a penny, in for a pound. We've crossed over anyways. I'll just put my hand on it.
Nice.
Okay. And yeah, you feel that little, like, you can really feel the bumps and ridges as you touch it. And there's a little ping. And you see this little curio pops out. It's like a little flat cutout. And Donley, it really looks like you. Maybe like it's like a little cutout version of you. The arms are kind of loose, so they go back and forth, but it's just there. And you start to see others of these little figurines, like very, very small, like kind of cute, just pop up on the surface of the table. And they start to, you're hearing this like wind up motion as they start to move along. And they start clicking along, and you see some agents there very clearly. They've got like the little suit thing. And there's a bigger cutout that pops up of the Mallister building, like one of those kind of shadow play sort of things. And the agents go into the building. And as it goes through this, you see them leave. They come back. They set the building on fire. They leave. And it starts to detail in kind of separate movements around the surface here as the agents are going about their lives in this little pantomime play. And this is taking its time. And you see all of these little details of your lives being played out. Go ahead and roll a sanity test.
I as well.
Yes, please. Both of you
Alright.
there that are there are seeing this.
I failed.
I passed.
All right. It's a 1 on a pass, a D4 on a failure. And yeah, you're
I rolled a
how's
3.
Dent?
I'm gonna use
Okay.
Agent Donnelly as Bond.
Why did you touch that?
Oh, come on, man. You do better than to touch that. So that is 1 san off the 3. So I
Okay.
take 2 san.
So yeah, you're watching this click along. What do Dent and Donnelly like? How are you reacting in this
I
moment?
just fucking leave. Unless it gives us insight into stuff that we're not
It's still
aware about.
moving. It's still moving.
It's
If
going to
you
show
wanna
us.
stay.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to show it all. I mean, this is
Okay,
all.
if it's gonna
this is
show
all
it
played
all,
out.
let's
This
pull
is-
up a seat.
Yeah, We're
Mhm.
sitting there watching this.
Yeah, you're sitting there watching this, and we'll say the others, this is a good time to kind of come up and see this. And uh, go ahead and roll a sanity, the three of you, as you're seeing this little figurines hopping around and moving. It's just a failure's just a one for you. It's weird, but it's not as intricately tied to your lives necessarily. Well, oh, Nancy, take two because you definitely recognize your father in there.
Oh, dear God. Oh,
What is this?
something has been watching us and constructing this.
Oh, something's already written our lives. This knows exactly. We're just getting to this
Well,
part.
this
We
just
want to
was
get
the
to this
past.
part and past.
Yeah, and you're saying that, and you actually recognize the restaurant that you met up with Exeter at, and you see his figurine pops up, and it's got like little gears all over it. Like there's been extra care put into this figurine as it's moving and talking with them. You think like they everybody leaves as usual, and you get all the way your entire venture through the Dorchester house. You see them get into a car and drive off, and then they drive back and re-enter the McAllister building. And it catches up to where you are, and all the figures in there kind of wiggle and snap shut, leaving the five, or rather the six of you, because you see Whitwer has joined you in this. And they're just kind of standing there.
See, it's
And
writing as we go.
there's a pop-up from kind of the back of the table. And Donnelly, you've seen this. It is a gas mask figure with a trench coat, and it has like a tiny little shotgun with a like a little string and a little seal to it. And it starts to kind of totter and chase the six of you. And then there's another that appears, and another. And the whole back of this board is starting to wave of these shotgun wielding figures, and they start to shoot. There's like little squibs. They go pop, 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 pop as they're chasing your figures because they're just booking it at this point. And your figurines are running, and you see a golden figure pop out in front of you. It looks to be some sort of king it's got a crown on its head, and your figures are running, and it's just slowly stepping, and you can see it's creating like buildings and doors, and you're following in its wake, and it finally reveals this sign that says Hotel Broadalbin, and this large gold figure goes inside. You're still running towards the hotel at this point, and it places a bottle on a cavern wall. Like it went into the hotel, into this cavern, and puts this little bottle. And your agents hit the door to the brothel bin, and the whole table with a like if your finger was in it, you'd probably lose another fingertip as it snaps shut again.
Jesus Christ. I start looking around to see if I see any men with gas masks. Are they surrounding
Yeah.
the building that we're in?
Yeah, Gray's looking around too.
Do an alertness.
This isn't good.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking.
nope.
I rolled a 100. Jesus.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. Gray, for some reason, you are looking around, and Dent, Voltus, you're kind of looking through this window that's all sooty and stated. You're just not having much luck. In Gray, you can see standing across the street, just in an alleyway in shadow, there is a person with a gas mask and a trench coat. Just the goggles reflecting the McAllister building.
Yeah, she's gonna tell the others that there's one across the street. Right there.
We need to hurry our asses up.
Up the stairs or
Yeah,
Down.
up the stairs.
up is down, down is up. We go upstairs.
Look,
Okay.
I didn't
At night.
avoid dying this long to I didn't evade my death yesterday to walk into it today. So I think upstairs is best.
Okay. And then we will leave off this session with the six of you, because Whitwer is along, rushing up these creaking, pretty dangerous stairs deeper into the Mallister building.
Our players included Morgan Llewellyn, Alex Sun, Nell Hipple, Thomas Grooms, and myself, with Nathan Decker as the handler. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you would like to join them, please visit our Patreon page listed in the description, or you can use Super Thanks by hitting the button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft on the Delta Green role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.